Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Fitria Dewi from English Education 5th semester Pancasakti University. So today I would like to discuss 4 skills in teaching and learning English. Okay, there are 4 skills in teaching and learning English like listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But today, I will explain one of those skills. How to teach reading. There are many reasons why getting students to read English text is an important part of teacher's job. In the first place, many of them want to be able to read text in English either for their career, for study purpose, or simply for pleasure. Reading is useful for other purposes too. Any exposure to English provided students understand it more or less is a good thing for language students. At the very least, some of the language sticks in their mind as part of the process, and engaged expressing is likely to be even more successful. What kind of reading should students do? There has been frequent discussion about what kinds of reading texts are suitable for English language students. The greatest controversy has centered on whether the text should be authentic or not. That is because people have worried about more traditional language teaching materials which tend to look artificial and to use oversimplified language, which any native speaker would find comical and untypical. What reading skills should students acquire? Students, like the rest of us, need to be able to do a number of things with a reading text. They need to be able to scan the text for particular bits of information they are searching for. This skill means that they do not have to read every word and line. On the contrary, such an approach would stop them scanning successfully. Students need to be able to skim a text as if they were casting their eyes over its surface to get a general idea of what it's about. Just as with scanning, if they are trying to gather all the details at stake, they will get bogged down and may not be able to get the general idea because they are concentrating too hard on specifics. What are the principles behind the teaching of reading? Principle 1. Reading is not a passive skill. Reading is an incredibly active occupation. To do it successfully, we have to understand what the word means, see the picture the words are painting, understand the arguments, and work out if we agree with them. Principle 2. Students need to be engaged with what they are reading. As with everything else in lessons, students who are not engaged with the reading text, not actively interested in what they are doing, are less likely to benefit from it. When they are really fired up by the topic or the text, they get much more from what is in front of them. Principle 3. Students should be encouraged to respond to the content of a reading text, not just to the language. Principle 4. Prediction is a major factor in reading. When we read text in our own language, we frequently have a good idea of the content before we actually read. Book covers give us a hint of what's in the book. Photographs and headlines hint at what articles are about, and reports look like reports before we read a single word. Principle 5. Match the text of the topic. We could give students harmless famous soliloquy to be or not to be and ask them to say how many times the infinitive is used. Principle 6. Good teachers exploit reading text to the full. Any reading text is full of sentences, words, ideas, descriptions, and ads. It doesn't make sense just to get students to read it and then drop it to move on to do something else. Good teachers integrate the reading text into interesting class sequence using the topic for discussion and further text, using the language for study and later activation. And for a conclusion, in this chapter we have talked about the reasons for using reading text in class, discussed the balance that has to be reached between genuinely authentic material, said the students need to know the difference between scanning and skimming, and come up with 6 reading principles. Reading is not a passive skill, and look up for reading sequence showing the use of engage and activate exercise. Okay, I think it's enough from this material. I'm sorry if there are misunderstandings from these materials. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.